What is up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to Clothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. In this video, guys, we're going to learn how to make a detachable train to elevate our dresses, gowns, tops, whatever you want to elevate, okay? So here is what the transformation looks like. Boom! This is so interesting, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This dress was inspired by Vicky James. We were just able to be creative with simple steps, okay? I think the only twerking I'll do is just to lift the back up to above my butt. But let me know what you think, guys, and let's dive right into today's video. All right, guys, so we want to quickly look at how we're going to be cutting the flare. That's our detachable train. We're going to be using a flare detachable train, and we're going to be doing it right on the fabric, okay? So I have this beautiful Ankara print, and before we even start cutting or before we even start doing anything, we need to know what we are cutting, like the dimensions of what we're using for this particular design. Okay, the waist circumference we're going to be working with for this dress is 38 inches. So we are going to then measure the length of this train, okay? It's starting from the waist and stopping just by the hem of the dress. So from the waist to the hem, we're going to be having 20.5 inches after I measured it. So whatever you're cutting, just add 1 inch so that you'll be able to turn the hem of the flare. That's if you're not going to be using the lining to give it weight. We are going to be cutting 2 half circles to create the flare part of this dress, okay? So why are we even doing half circles, you may ask? I do not want us to have any join. You know, sometimes when you fold the Ankara print, because of the length of the Ankara, if you fold it into 4 and then you cut, you see some part where it won't be as long as the other part. And then you now have to start joining, and then you now have that same line of the joining. So I do not want us to happen. So 2 half circles joined together will give us 1 full circle. And that's what we actually want to achieve. 2 half circles cut separately, joining it together will give us a full circle. So the circumference I'm going to be using, that's the length, the waist circumference I'll be using to cut my 2 half circles is 40 inches. So I'm going to divide 40 inches by 2 such that I'll have 20 inches circumference, 20 inches circumference, join it together to give me 40 inches. Why am I increasing it to 40 inches? Remember, I want us to create like pleats around that flare area. Want to create plates to give it that fullness. That's why I'm using 40 inches for the full circle, but splitting it to 20 20. Please, if you do not understand, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so we're going to do 20 inches divided by 3.14 because we're cutting a half circle. 20 divided by 3.14 should give us 6 inches, so 6 point something, right? So you're going to fold your fabric according to that measurement. We're going to use um 6 inches for the radius, which is about here, and then from there just measure the length that you want to use for this flare attachment. We can use 22 inches. I'll just use about 22 inches. So in total from this top to here, 28 inches, and that's where I'll be folding on that 28 inches mark. I'll just form this triangle this way. So from the top here, right, you start measuring from this pointy part. That's where you measure the 6 inches or whatever radius you're working with. So in my case, I'm using 6 inches, 6 point something. So it can be 6 1/4, 6 and half, whichever you want to do. is fine because you actually need an increased length. So this is it here, and then from this point, that's from whatever you have marked here. Let me chalk it out well. From whatever you have marked here, you are then going to measure 22 inches for the length. So it's about here for me. Just keep marking it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out, palm and palm. I'll cut this out one, then I'll fold the same way, take the same measurement and cut another one. Remember, if you're only cut this one off and you open it up, it's not going to be up to 40 inches. So this is just half. This one will be like above 20 inches. And then you need another one that is above 20 inches. That's after you measure, that's this 20 inches, then another one which you then combine together to give you that full circumference back. Okay, so let's cut this out. Let's cut the other one. I would even go ahead to hem the bottom already, and then we'll come back to show you what next. All right guys, so we have actually hemmed this top area as well. Top area hemmed, bottom hemmed, and the sides hemmed. So you technically will just enclose everything. However, if you're using a lining or you're using another ankara to turn it in, you turn the bottom, that's the hem area, you turn the sides, and then you just enclose every single thing up. So give it more fullness, more bounce, like this. So this is what we're having now. We just want to attach this to the waist of your dress. Okay, so whatever your dress is, you're going to take this and attach it, right? And then it will form one beautiful design right there. Take in mind that we're also going to be doing some pleats along the area. So I'm going to be starting from here. Instead of me to let this stitch show, I'll fold it just a little inside this way and pin to align to this princess seam line. That's where the first one will start, and this is where the second one will start. And then that middle point, I'll make sure it aligns to the zipper area at the back. You want to first pin to hold to arrange the pleats. You have to arrange the pleats on this dress form first of all. After arranging the pleats, you then use needle and thread to hold those pleats you've arranged down. After arranging it, you remove the pins, remove this from the mannequin, and then you attach this. This is what we're going to be using. It's a bra hook. I know it as a bra hook. So that's what we're going to use to attach to this, such that we'll be able to remove it from this and put it back on this when we want to wear the dress. So it takes a lot of like careful planning, doing everything small small. Don't rush it. It's not a rush work. Okay, so let's quickly do all of that. Let's pin it up real quick.
You're not a Pebble Beach anymore. And now we're reaching 24. We used to be interlaced. Couldn't bear on my mind.
Another useful tip is to follow the flow of the flare. If you can see this, you can see there's a line happening here. So you just want to make it natural in the sense whereby you just want the line to continue that way. Okay, so where I see there's a falling, or where I see there's like a natural flare thing going on, I'll just pin along that area to give it the plates that way. and then anyone I observe, and if I don't see anyone in a close range, I could create.
That it's no longer my eyes, that he yours and yours only. But for us, I'm safe. You should slide, 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 slide through. Come through right now. It's only 422, yeah. Light down on my front lawn with the fires up. We get skies open up, we get skies to blanket us. Skies wanna blanket us, I wanna blanket us. Take us out of space, let the constellation take us. Don't go too fast, babe. I just wanna feel everything. I wanna feel the wind on my skin. I wanna feel the wind on my skin. I wanna feel the wind. Maybe I bet we should run away. Every time you call me by my name, I get butterflies up in my face. Butterflies in my face, down your body on the trace. When I dream.
So if you look below, you see it's the same length as your gown. That's very, very important. And this is how the back will look. Same length. These flare attachments cannot be put into the seam line because of the zip at the back, right? You can't sew this flare into the seam because of the zip behind. So it needs to be a detachable one. For the detachable, you can use press buttons, you can use this hook and eye, you can use the other one they use in trousers. You can use anything that would, you can even create loops, tiny loops with buttons, or this will even hook on there. So that is the idea we're going to be doing. We're going to be creating, using our thread to create a loop such that this can hang in the thread. Those things will be created along this waistline. So first of all, I just want to use my needle and thread and hold these parts down that we pinned, because that is what we are going to be doing first of all.